Here we go with today's reaction video. Hopefully you guys are all having a fantastic day. Today we will be reacting to 6 slept-on NBA players having low-key great seasons this year. Big shout out to Hoops Reference. If you guys haven't, go check out his channel. Big shout out to Hoops Reference for, making the video. I do find these videos very interesting. Be sure to leave a comment or join the Discord server and post links to videos that you guys would like to see me react to in the future. So be sure to leave links there so I can react to them. Either way, I appreciate you guys. If you haven't, subscribe, like the video, all that stuff. But let's get into it, boys. Right, so what I've done this time, instead of having to cut out everything, I have downloaded the video onto my computer so that way we don't get ads. So let's chuck the headset on, boys. Let's get reacting, shall we? Let's go. Press and play. There we go. Alright, hopefully you guys can hear her.
When you think of the players that impact the game of basketball at a high level and elevate their teams...
Oh yeah, be sure to let me know down in the comments of 6 players that you guys think are extremely slept on in the NBA. Down in the comments, by the way. Do it.
You tend to think of the star players leading the way with most of the production on a night-to-night basis. These are the players that get all of the attention, they're the ones held the most accountable for the success of their teams, and they tend to actually be the ones that dictate the outcomes of the games. But the role players around them do still hold a lot of weight towards how well a team can perform, and it's crucial not to underrate the players in those roles. This brings us to the topic of today's video, where we'll be discussing 6
you guys reckon Drew Holiday's
that
underrated?
have been having highly impressive seasons this year in the more limited roles they have on their teams and deserve more attention for these efforts. The first player having a low-key tremendous season this year in a more limited role that deserves more credit for it we'll be discussing today is Jalen Brunson of the Dallas Mavericks. Brunson came out of college at Villanova as an accomplished, experienced, highly mature point guard who won 2 national championships and a College Player of the Year award. So even though scouts were worried about his limited upside, it should have been blatantly obvious that he could come into the league and serve as a perfect backup point guard that commands the second unit and produces well in a role like that. And that's exactly what he's done with the Mavericks while improving every season. He's incredibly calm and under control.
I love myself some Jalen Brunson.
He's always looking to make the right play without forcing anything for others or himself.
I just love watching him play.
And he's mastered the fundamentals of the game to where he can make creation and playmaking simple for the team. The Mavericks have struggled finding creation this season outside of Luka Doncic, but Brunson has been the one real positive in that regard besides Luka. He's averaging about 12 points and 4 assists per game, while shooting the ball very efficiently at 52% from the field and 38% from 3. And even though those averages may not seem eye-popping, you can definitely feel his impact just by watching the team play.
Backup point guard.
The next player we'll be discussing that falls into this category is Seth Curry of the Philadelphia 76ers.
I saw a stat the other day, right? He's taken 50% of the Philadelphia 76ers 3-point shots. Seth Curry by himself has shot 50% of the Philadelphia 76ers 3-point shots. Mind-blowing, mate. And he's still shooting it very efficiently. What, 49% I think it is? 48%. He's shooting 48.3% from 3, and he's shooting 4 a game. Like, that's ridiculous. He's shooting just under 50% from 3 in the NBA. He's on a mad tear.
Curry was acquired by the team in the offseason for one reason and one reason only, and that was to provide some desperately needed shooting in the team's lineup. The Sixers were coming off of a season last year where the lack of shooting greatly hampered them, and Seth has come in this year and done everything that has been expected of him and more. Besides a brief stretch where he missed time because he caught COVID, along with the few following games after he recovered and had to work his way back into the swing of things, because it's obviously tough to do after suffering from an illness like that, he's been shooting the lights out, and his presence has unlocked the team's true potential, which has definitely contributed to them currently sitting in first place in the Eastern Conference right now.
Seth Curry is
on the year as a whole,
bro. He's a
scoring
sniper,
about 12 points, but he's shooting an incredible 48% from 3. The spacing has helped Joel Embiid play to his fullest. He's definitely been the recipient of tons of Ben Simmons.
And I know that people clown Danny Green a lot, but he also demands some sort of attention from the 3-point line, whereas the Sixers didn't have that last season. They didn't have that. Now they've got Seth Curry, Danny Green, and Tobias Harris just sitting out in the perimeter. Like, that spaces out the floor heaps for the Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons, man. Heaps.
Assists, and honestly, he just seems like a perfect fit for Philadelphia. The next player we'll be
Jordan
discussing
Clarkson.
that falls
I
into
got
this
one.
category is
Actually,
Jordan
I think I got two,
Clarkson
actually.
of the Utah Jazz.
Yeah.
The Jazz
He's actually my
have
front runner for
notoriously
Sixth Man of the Year right now,
tearing
Jordan
through
Clarkson.
the league over the last few weeks, winning a ridiculous 18 of their last 19 games. And of course, players like Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert get a lot of the credit for good reason, as they are the team's leaders on both ends of the floor. But Clarkson's instant scoring impact off the bench has been massive for helping the team maintain and even increase leads when the second units sub in. Clarkson has garnered a reputation over the years as a relatively inconsistent, inefficient scorer who has definitely been capable of catching fire, but suffered from poor shot selection and questionable decision-making at times. But in Utah, he's settled in very well as the team's sixth man and has taken his game to another level. He's averaging a career-high 17.5 points per game on pretty above-average efficiency, and to be completely honest, he should be the leader for the Sixth Man of the Year race right now at this point in time.
He is.
The next player we'll be discussing
Brent Jr. He's having a ripper season. I saw him go up against, I think it was the Mavericks the other night. Oh, that man couldn't miss a shot. Like, what? The Mavericks do have a pretty poor defense, but like, he just couldn't miss.
Brent Jr. of the Portland Trailblazers. We saw glimpses of what Trent could do near the end of last season in the bubble when he scored over 20 points 3 times off the bench in the team's play-in games, and his growth as an impact scorer has been key to the Blazers this season. He's nearly doubled his scoring average from a year ago, now putting up about 15 points per game on the season. He's shooting the absolute lights out, making about 44% of his three-point shots. And
but the thing is, at the same time, because of that bubble performance, Portland's gone like, oh yeah, there you go, there's a good player, we'll give the ball to him more often. Whereas before, they weren't giving him the ball as much because they weren't sure what he was going to do with it. But now that they've got confidence in him, of course his numbers are going to go up. Portland have more faith in him.
His ability to create his own shot off the dribble has noticeably improved a ton as well. CJ McCollum has missed the last 11 games because of an injury, and Trent has seamlessly replaced him in the starting lineup in these games and has elevated his production even further, averaging about 20 points per game while in the starting lineup, while shooting an even better percentage from 3 at 47%, which is crazy to think his efficiency has improved while on higher volume. His confidence is growing with each passing game, and when CJ eventually returns to the lineup, Trent will be one of the best bench players in the whole league. The next player we'll be discussing in this category
Nick Batum. He is actually having a very good season with the Los Angeles Clippers. I didn't think anything of it when the Clippers acquired him, but now looking back, that was a good move because he fits in that system very well. In at the 4 with Ibaka at the 5. Good scorer. Good shooter, sorry.
Nicolas Batum of the Los Angeles Clippers. Batum's career had seemingly fallen flat over the last couple of years after receiving a hefty contract from the Hornets, then never really playing up to it, and especially last year, he looked completely washed up. But a change of scenery for him, now being on a contending team, has breathed new life into his career, and he's back serving as a highly effective role player. Batum plays good hard defense, he scores about 10 points per game, he shoots the ball very well, making 46% of his three-point shots, and he just seems like the ideal 3-and-D type player. Last season, the Clippers ended in disaster, so in the offseason, they went out and signed a few helpful veterans to improve the rotation. But while Serge Ibaka's signing got most of the attention in that regard, Batum has definitely brought positive impact as well, and he doesn't get nearly enough credit for it. And finally, the last player we'll be discussing
he's also having a really good season as well.
Slept-on great year so far is Kyle Anderson of the Memphis Grizzlies. Anderson's had the nickname Slow-Mo because of how he never seems to be playing that fast, yet his ability to stay under control and get to his spots is effective regardless, and this year he's been having the best season of his career. The Grizzlies have been plagued by injuries for a large part of this season, and yet they've still managed to remain as a 500 team so far in the year, being just a half game out of a playoff spot because of the contributions from players like Anderson stepping up.
Before the season, I always saw as Kyle Anderson as a waste of cap space, but now thinking about it, like this season, if he plays like this for the rest of his career, yeah, he's worth 6 million, 6 to 9 million, you know, 6-9. But he's worth that money. So if he the problem in the past was he wasn't playing like how much he was getting paid. But this season, it's worth it. It's paid off for the Grizzlies, very much so.
He's been putting up about 13 points, 6 rebounds, and 4 assists per game on the season, all of which are career highs, and his ability to work as a reliable scorer and secondary playmaker for the offense has definitely helped the team overcome some of their losses. His three-point shot has been the most noticeable improvement, as he's previously ever really shot them, and now this year he attempts 4 per game from the arc and makes them at a career-high clip of 38%, and that, combined with everything else that has made his game effective, has resulted in him landing on this kind of a list. And with that being said, that's all I have for you today.
Well, what have we learnt, lads? What have we learnt? We've learnt that there's some players in the NBA right now that are being slept on so much, that players aren't giving enough, that fans aren't giving enough attention to. These 6, fantastic, trust me. I mean, any player that's in the NBA can play basketball, so it's just amazing to see some of these young guys come out and have really unexpected seasons. That are flying under the radar. So videos like this are fantastic to watch, just to keep an eye out on NBA players, you know. But like I said at the beginning of the video, if you have anything you want to see me react to, be sure to leave a comment, join the Discord, leave the video link, and what it is, like what the video is, not just the link, but let me know what the video is and then the link, and then I could potentially react to that video. So let me know down in the comments, join the Discord, let me know in the Discord server as well. More likely, put it on the Discord server and I will get to do it. I'll probably do it if you leave it on the Discord server. But yeah, like, subscribe, all that. Thank you guys so much for watching. Yeah, that's really going to do it. Catch you in the next one. Bye!